Hello my honeys, it's Emmie. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmie. I'm a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program. If you want to join the Slim on Starch program, or if you just want a free one-day meal plan, go to healthyemmie.org. Also make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I upload a new video every Wednesday and Saturday. Woo! If you are looking to lose weight on a plant-based diet, look no more. I am hooking you up today, honeys. I'm going to give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner so that you know exactly what you can eat if you are looking to lose weight. Let's start out with breakfast. If you are sick of oatmeal and you don't want one more oatmeal recipe, then I got you covered. I'm giving you a delicious breakfast recipe that is going to be a one skillet Mexican potatoes recipe. Let's go. Here's what we're gonna do. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take some potatoes and we are going to chop these up. I took gold potatoes. I prefer gold potatoes, but they can be whatever type of potatoes you like. You can do white potatoes, you could do sweet potatoes, you could do purple potatoes, you could do red potatoes, whatever potatoes tickle your fancy. So I'm going to chop these up and then I put these in the air fryer. You don't need an air fryer. You can cook the potatoes however you want to. You can roast them in the oven, but I put them in the air fryer at 400 degrees for 25 minutes until they were cooked through. Now, while the potatoes were cooking, I took a skillet, a non-stick skillet, and I took the Trader Joe's fire roasted pepper and onion mix. You don't have to get this from Trader Joe's. You could go to any grocery store and get frozen bell pepper strips and onions. Make sure that there's no sauce or anything added to them. I really like these ones from Trader Joe's because they don't add anything and they're super tasty. And what I did was I put these on the skillet, and I put them on the skillet when the skillet was not heated, and then I put the skillet over medium-high heat, put the cover on it, and let it cook through. The water that's already frozen into the peppers and onions is enough to cook it through. You might need to add in some more water of your own, but I just water sauteed the peppers and onions until they were cooked through. Then, very simple, I took black beans and I eyeballed this entire recipe so you can eyeball it. Or if I were to guess how much I added in, I probably added in about 3/4 of a cup of beans, I would say. And then I added in some salsa, probably I would say a 1/2 cup of salsa. I added this all into the skillet and I mixed it all together. And then when the potatoes were done, I took the potatoes and I added those into the skillet and I mixed it all together as well. And bon appetit, there we are. Now, how awesome is it that this portion is ginormous? This is one of the best parts about being on a plant-based diet if you're looking to lose weight, because you don't have to starve yourself with tiny portions. You can actually feel full and satisfied eating large quantities of food. And this is an amazing meal that's going to help you feel super full. The black beans contain something called soluble fiber, and soluble fiber actually delays stomach emptying, which means that this meal is going to stick around. You're going to be full from this meal for hours after. We have the potatoes in there. Potatoes are the most satiating food on the planet. We have the beans to keep you full. We have the non-starchy veggies, which are the peppers and onions, to help bulk up the meal and increase the volume. And then we have the salsa to make it tasty. So this is an A+ breakfast if you are looking to lose weight. Next, meal number 2 is a very, very simple meal. And if you are looking to lose weight, simplicity is the name of the game. If you are trying to do things and you're making it very complicated with all these recipes, for 2 reasons you're gonna find trouble losing weight. Number 1, you're gonna get overwhelmed. And if you have all these recipes and all these ingredients and you're juggling all of these things, you have all these hats in the air or all these balls in the air, you're trying to wear all these different hats of being, for a lot of the women that I work with men too, but mostly women, but a lot of the women that I work with, they are wives, they are mothers, they are working, so they have a job, they are friends, they are sisters, they are daughters, they just have so much on their plates that they don't need to be a freaking chef as well. So simplicity is the name of the game. And another reason why you want to embrace simplicity is that if your meals are too just delicious and you're creating the most delicious things in the world, you're naturally going to eat more of them. Not saying that what I'm about to show you is not delicious, because it absolutely is, but it isn't this intense foodgasm where you're in love with what you're eating and it's your only source of joy. Because if that's the case, if food is your only source of joy, then you're going to have trouble losing weight as well, because of the attachment to food and the relationship with food. This is something else that I talk about with clients. So if you are looking to have personal guidance because you know that your primary relationship is food and it's your only source of joy, then please apply to work with me, because I can help you in this arena. So for meal number 2, looking very simple and very delicious, I am taking Hawaiian sweet potatoes, which if you haven't had Hawaiian sweet potatoes, what are you doing? Go to HawaiiVeggieFarm.com. You can use the discount code Emmie5 and you can get the most delicious purple sweet potatoes delivered to your door. And it's cheaper than it is at the grocery store. And you get, guess what? You get to sit on your butt while they get delivered to you. So definitely get a box if you haven't gotten yourself a box. I like to get the 19-pound box, and you can freeze them, so you can bake all of them and then you can freeze them and you can heat them up in the microwave later on. But I just baked these guys and I wrapped them in tin foil and I put them in the oven at about 400 degrees for an hour or so. And they are just the most delicious things ever. And I paired them with lettuce. Don't knock it till you try it. If you've never tried potatoes wrapped in lettuce, try it today and let me know how it goes for you. And if you don't like it, you can write me a comment saying, Emmie, it was disgusting. But don't knock it till you try it. You might be surprised that you really do enjoy it. Potatoes wrapped in lettuce. So I just baked up some sweet potatoes and wrapped them in lettuce, and they were absolutely delicious. If you need a little bit more, if this is not enough for you, then I would recommend making some mushroom gravy. So to make mushroom gravy, all you're gonna do is you're gonna heat up some onions and some mushrooms over a nonstick skillet. You can add in some veggie broth, and then you can take some nutritional yeast, and you can take just a little bit of flour, and it's gonna make a thick sort of gravy, and you can play around with the amounts, but that would make a gravy that could give you some sort of sauce to a potato meal if you needed that. And so that would probably taste better over plain potatoes if this is too basic for you, which I totally understand if it is. Now moving into snack time, a very simple and easy snack to always go for is fruit. You could have any fruit. I decided to offer up some apples for you guys. So I just took an apple, I chopped it up, and I added some cinnamon. This is a delicious, refreshing, crunchy, and sweet snack. I know that when it comes to snacks, people often look for sweet and they look for crunchy. So this is a great combination of the two of those, because you get the crispy, crunchy apple, and apples are sweet naturally, and then you add in the cinnamon. If you're looking for something salty, celery is extremely salty. It's very high in sodium. So add some celery into the mix here, and you have salty, you have sweet, and you have crunchy all in one. And then moving on to dinner time. For dinner, I'm making what we call a KISS meal instead of the Slim on Starch program. We call this KISS meals, which stand for Keep It Simple, Sweetie. And again, it's not a recipe, it's just a simple combination of foods. So I'm taking some Delicata squash, and we are coming close to Delicata squash season, which is the fall time. And I've taken a Delicata squash, I've just de-seeded it. So I took out all the seeds, put it on parchment paper face down, and put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes until it becomes nice and caramelized. And then I took a couple of Japanese sweet potatoes, and all I did for these was I poked them with a fork. I put them straight in the oven at 375 degrees for 60 minutes and allowed them to bake through. I didn't wrap them or anything. They just went straight into the oven. You can also put them in the Instant Pot if you don't want to turn on the oven, and you can cook them in the Instant Pot. You can cook them however you like them. I just threw them in the oven today because I had the oven already on from the squash. And then I took some Brussels sprouts and I put these in my microwave steamer. My microwave steamer is like one of my go-to products. All of my go-to products are actually listed in the down bar. There's a sheet. It says Emmie's go-to products, and they're all listed on there, and this microwave steamer is on there. I've used this thing to death. So I just took the Brussels sprouts, I put them in the microwave steamer, and then I added in some water and put it in the microwave. And I like my Brussels sprouts really burnt and like super cooked. So these are very well cooked because I put them in the microwave for like 20 minutes because I really like them well cooked. And that was everything, guys. So if you are still watching, the secret comment for today is Brussels sprouts. If you made it to the end of the video, comment Brussels sprouts. And did you know, most people think that it's Brussels sprout, but it's Brussels sprout because it's named after Brussels, the city in Belgium. The more you know, honeys. Leave a comment. And if you need some personalized guidance, please apply for coaching with me. That's all in the down bar. You can go to healthyemmie.org and learn everything. I love you, honeys, and I will see you in the next video. Woo!